Hey, are you in the market for a new face cam? Elgato has got you covered with the 4K Face Cam Pro. This thing is an absolute unit. Some of the specs we got here as the USB-C connection, we got USB 3.0, 2160p resolution, and 60 frames a second for some beautiful, crispy video. Now, I use this every day on my streams, and it's super reliable and great quality. It's got a nice stand down the bottom too, so you can pop it on top of your monitor and point it at you, adjust the side wherever you want it. So this is going to be great for streaming, for work meetings, anything that you like, it's going to be useful for. Now, it comes with some awesome software for the camera hub. We got a nice, beautiful, sexy, person on here. I have no idea who they are anyway. You can do lots of cool stuff here. You can change the settings. You can pan, zoom in and out, flip the screen around. You can save your presets. There's so many different things you can do there with the Elgato software. If you want to check the Facecam Pro out, if you're in the market for a new Facecam, I would absolutely recommend this. High quality, reliable, easy to use. Virtually plug and play. You can check it out. The link's going to be in the description of the video. And let's get into the battles. What's up, it's you? For today's video, with a full loyal 3 Pokemon team. I'll be using all 3 loyal Pokemon on one team, and I'll be using 2 of each of them. So I have 2 Okidogi, 2 Munkidori, and 2 Fezandipiti. I think I got it right that time. You can roast me if I was wrong. Alright, we got 4 battles today, and let's get it. So first battle, these are random battles on the Poke Portal, and I'm not really sure what my opponent's trainer name is. Maybe someone can translate that. So we got a ginormous thumping bonsai lead. Now, my first Pokemon here is going to be Munkidori. I'm running a physical set. We got Parting Shot, Fake Out, Gunk Shot, and U-Turn. Now, this bonsai was a Sucker Punch set. I'm assuming they probably had something like maybe Stealth Rocks or Explosion, or it's like a Fear set because it had the Shell Belt as the item. So I'm going to go for the U-Turn. It's got the ability Toxic Chain. Now, what Toxic Chain does, it's a new ability. Basically, the Pokemon's moves have a 30% chance of badly poisoning the opponent. So we're going to go into Fez now. I'm just going to call her Fez. Wait, Fez is like a little hat, isn't it? Like goes on top of your head. That's where you put hats most of the time. This set is going to be a terrible set because it's a Pipnite special. So we got a beat up set. This is going to be a multi-hitting set with King Trog. Now, I've got Poison Tail, Double Kick, Tail Slap, Sword Dance at the start, and then I was like, wait, I'm going to swap out Tail Slap for Beat Up. So that was the strategy anyway. I had Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. Now, I was actually going to do Loaded Dice at the start, and I sort of changed my mind. So that's the end of Bonsai. Now we've got Koraidon coming in here. I'm going to hit it with a Quality Poison Tail. This also has the ability Technician. And yeah, there's not a lot of moves this Pokemon actually gets that boost Technician that are actually good. So little Koraidon's going to be going for a couple of moves. I don't think they can do anything to me. Props are running a special set or a mix set though. And Poison Tail is going to be enough to take it out. Now people, if you enjoy the theme teams, if you're hyped for the new content, make sure you hit that like button and tell me what you think of the LOL 3. Like, what one do you like the best? What do you think about them? Please tell me your thoughts. I've got to say, they don't really remind me of Poison Pokemon at all. Like, really, when you look at this, I thought Fez would be like a flying Pokemon. Okay, let's say we keep the Poison, right? Like, flying Poison, flying Fairy. I don't know how it's not a flying Pokemon. Anyway, Tornadus gets completely scummed and a little bit of disrespect double kick there. And that has put me in a nice, juicy lead. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Landorus. I've actually got a sweep going at the moment. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for Beat Up. Now, Beat Up's animation actually goes for a very, very long time, so I had to sort of like cut in between like the little like stops, in between every single Beat Up. So I'm going for flinches over and over again. This Landorus, it's about a 300 hit KO at the moment. I get 6 hits and I keep getting flinches over and over again. So I'm continually beating this Landorus up. Its health is going down very, very fast, and finally that's going to be enough to take it out. We have got a physical Fezandipiti Pipnite special sweep keep going. Next Pokemon is going to be a little Timmy Kyogre, and the rain is going to pour. Now, I'm not really sure what sort of set this is going to be or what items, so I'm going to go into my Munkidori, the physical set, right? They've gone for the little Timmy Terra here. I was like, all right, it's going to have to be some sort of water-type move, whether it be Orange or Pulse, Water Spout, something like that, and it's going to be a Terra Water. So this is going to hit really, really hard. Also, these Pokemon have a real banging tune in the background, so I put their new theme. I actually really like their theme. So this is going to be a Water Spout set, and I smelled a rat because I thought, this might be Choice Scarf. I'm in a lot of trouble, right? This is a very, very stupidly powerful Pokemon. So going back into the Fez, and I get unfortunately outspared. So it definitely is going to be Choice Scar. But what a performance there by Fezandipiti. I may even try and get a sweep with that. Next Pokemon is Fez number 2. This is a bulky set. So we've got Protect, Venoshock, Toxic, and Roost. This is going to be like a really, really tanky style set. And I actually thought I might be able to, stall out the rain. And of course the Water Spout too. Because Water Spout is a very, very powerful move. So swapping out the Fez, so I'll be back with that later, and going to my second Munkidori. This one is a special sweeping set. Now we can see they got the Choice Scarf there, I can guess it anyway, and obviously I'm going to get one shot of it. It's an extremely powerful Pokemon, so I'm thinking to myself, how can I get back into this game? I was completely dominating them at the start. They've pulled out the legendary to try and get them back into the game. Let's see if we can do a little bit of stalling it. So we're going to go for Protect. It's good to use protection, The things you learn in my videos, people. You learn about Pokemon and you learn about protection. Anyway, so we've got the Protect going here. Let me tell you the EVs and stuff on this. We got Max Health, Max Defense, Bold Nature, and we've got the item as Black Sludge and Toxic Chain as the ability. So I'm going to try and get a Toxic on this and try and wear it down a little bit. Now, I know that I'm sort of on the clock here because I've got 2 more Pokemon left, and this thing is crazy, crazy powerful. So I managed to stall out the rain, which is good, but I know that I'm still going to have to at least face another couple of hits here. So go for Protect again there on the Kyogre. I am wasting its Water Spout too, and it managed to struggle. I PP stall that Water Spout there. So this is great. They've only got 1 more Pokemon left. This is absolute perfection, right? So now the Kyogre is going to go for the struggle, only on Pimlight Shadow, and it's going to take some recall damage. Now I can go for a Roost and roost all the health back, just rubbing my feathers all over me and getting my health back. So lots of juicy health there. I'm going to go for the Venoshock, and then they rage quit Baby Bottle. So it's nothing like a nice, fresh, warm Baby Bottle to start off the new DLC content. If you enjoyed that battle, people, make sure you drop a like on the video. Man, they threw their switch. I think they just got peed off of that beat up set and then getting stalled out by Protect. Man, they were salty. Let's get on to battle number 2 here. This is another random battle on the Poke Portal, and we've got a Alolan Dugtray. Look at that hair, that hair sort of looks like mine. You know what? I think I've got more hair than that. So this set, this Munkidori set, it's a physical set. It's not very good. It's primarily a special attacker. Wait, I just noticed something that's important. It's got a love heart on it. Wait, there's a love disc on its behind. Did you see that? Anyway, I've just had to point that out. Next Pokemon I got is Okidogi. Sort of sounds like Okidoki. It's I guess it's a play on that. We got a Fissure Dugtray. I'm like, what is this? So I decided to run a special set on this one, so that it's more of a physical attacker. So I thought I'd run 1 good set and then 1 meme set to sort of balance it out. So this is a Choice Specs, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, High Beam, and Terra Blast Dark set. Unfortunately, I got shredded by the mighty Fissure. So I've got the next set, the physical set. I've got Crunch, Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, and Bulk Up. This is max speed and max attack. Fortunately for me, the Fissure is going to miss, and I punch that Doug Trio, and it's going to have, I'm getting tangled up in its hair. It's so long, and, what would be the word? These flowing golden locks are just, hitting me in the face. Now, the next Pokemon is going to have Munkidori as well. They got a Munkidori. Also, you can now have some new outfits too. I'm actually wearing the masks in the DLC. You can wear the different masks for each of the Loyal 3. I think there's a Pikachu one and an Eevee one too. So if you haven't bought them, go to the mask shop and give them a try. So we got a nasty plot Munkidori. I guess they thought they'd have a little bit of time to set that up, which is fair. I've got Terra Dark in this because Terra Dark is very, very good for this Pokemon because it is a poison and fighting type, so it's 4 times weak to Psychic. So a great play is to always go for Terra Dark there, and you've got Crunch to back up that base power. So out comes the opposing Okidogi. I'm like, okay, Okidogi. So I can go for a attacking move here, but it turns out they've they've got a counter sound, like, oh, counter bulk up. This sounds like a Pip Night special. So I'm going to attack here. I'm thinking, well, there's not a lot of damage I can do here. I've got 3 moves that are not going to be very effective. So I decided to go for the gunk shot and just get as much damage off I can. And now they're going to go for counter. So we could go bulk up. We both could go bulk up all day. It's going to take like 20 minutes. So I thought I'll just get as much damage as possible and, bring something in to finish it off. It's funny because their Toxic Chain actually activated against me because I was no longer a poison type. I was dark. Then my Lumberry, which was my item, activated, and now it's going to finish me off with the Poison Jab. So that is the end of the Okidogi, and yeah, I've still got 4 more Pokemon left. So I'm thinking, all right, well, I can go back into Munkidori here. This is a special set. So we got Psyshock, Sludge Wave, Nasty Plot, and I gave it Terra Blast Ground. It actually works pretty good. This Pokemon is a speedy special attacker. Let me look at that Love Disc. Look at that. We got Paldea Love Disc on its behind there. It actually really does look amazing. So next Pokemon is going to be Ogerpon, and it has got the fire mask on there. Now this Pokemon, I am going to do an Ogerpon mask team. I just need I think I need like 1 or 2 more Ogerpon. So hopefully that'll be out in the next day or 2 with all the 4 different Ogerpons with its mask. So we've got a Terra here, and it's going to be the fire mask, which is pretty powerful because it gets like Embody Aspect, which is the ability which is going to be boosting up its attack. So that's going to make sure it hits very, very hard. It's also got a new signature move, Ivy Cudgel. I don't know how to Cudgel. I don't know how to say that one. Anyway, it hit me really, really hard. And then obviously it's going to be able to outspeed me there and finish off my Fez, which is a bit of a problem. So I need to shut this Pokemon down. So bye-bye Fez. I've got another one though, so I was like, let's go into Munkidori here. Let's see if I can clap them cheeks with Fake Out and get my ability to activate. So Toxic Chain activates, which is really, really nice. Actually, real talk, the physical set is trash, but in doubles, like if you're playing doubles, Fake Out's going to be quite good for just in general, like Fake Out and 3 special moves. Now, I have done moveset guides on all 3 of these Pokemon that are on the channel already. So here comes another Ivy attack, and obviously this Pokemon has not got a very good defensive stat. It's quite, its special defense is okay, but its defense is trash. So that's going to be enough to take me out, but it's only got 1 more turn. So I was like, let's go into the Fez now, and then I can go for a Disrespect double kick, and that was beautiful. So that is going to be the end of the little Ogerpon there. Now, the next Pokemon they've got on their team is going to be Quackquavel. So I was like, oh, okay, let's go for a Poison Tail. So I almost went for Sword Dance there, but I thought they'll probably try and set up with Aqua Step and, go for the typical Moxie set. So I do tank that rather well. Now, it also had leftovers. I was like, oh, okay, so is this bulky or something? I don't know. So I outsped it, which was interesting. I landed another Poison Tail. Then they went for a very, very overconfident Sword Dance. So I guess they were running like a bulkier set, and they didn't quite have enough speed, even with +1 to outspeed. I don't think they had any speed at all, so I think they had something like max attack and max health or something. So their last Pokemon, they've got the lower tree as well, is going to be the Fezandipiti, and I'm going to go into Munkidori. Here comes a Cross Poison. I knew that would be coming like a poison move, so I'm going to be able to finish it off with a Psyshock, and that is going to be the end of the second battle. This time we got to finish the battle. There was no rage quits at all. Oh, Preston, thank you for the battle, whoever you are. Let's get on to the third battle of today's video. Now, I'm not sure who my opponent is here, but they've got a naughty Quackquavel, that is for sure. So my first Pokemon is Munkidori, and I basically led with this the whole time because I like to try and get its ability to activate. So I got that flinch there in a pinch. Here comes the Aqua Step, and that's going to be hitting me pretty hard. So it's a 2-hit KO. So I didn't really want to give them a Moxie, but I was like, oh, whatever, I'll see what happens. And I outsped, like, okay, that's cool. This thing's actually got pretty good speed. So I went for U-turn, and then I went into Fezandipiti, and they're going to go for Ice Spin. I was like, okay, fair enough. Aqua Step and Ice Spinner. I'd say it's probably got like a fighting type move, which obviously you wouldn't use against a Pokemon that 4 times resisted. So I've got the Toxic going, which is good. Also, Toxic is back as a TM too. So if you were curious about that, there are quite a few moves and different things back there as well. So we got another Aqua Step coming my way here. I'm going to be able to live these very, very well. My EV spread is defensive, and this thing actually has a surprising amount of special defense. So I just thought, well, I'll make a build that's very, very bulky on the defensive side. And it actually worked really, really well. This I definitely think this is more of a support style Pokemon, and it runs better that way. Unless you count out the beat up the beat up I gave that first player in the first battle. That was crazy. I don't think I'm ever going to get that lucky again on that set. Regardless, back to the battle here. We're going to get some Black Stars recovery, and that is going to be the end of the Quack Quavel. So that's the first Pokemon down. So a pretty solid start to this battle, of course. Now, the next one we got is going to... Oh, it's another hack mod. So we got a Articuno, a Galar. This is a problem. So if you can imagine, this team is all poison. So I'm very, very weak to Psychic-type Pokemon and Ground-type Pokemon and stuff like that. So here comes a Freezing Glare, and this actually managed just to live just due to its like overall bulk. So I'm like, that's actually really, really good. Now, this is such a confusing play here, right? So we had this matchup between Fez and the Galar, right? So I went for Protect, and they were trying to attack me here, and then they set the Trick Room up. I'm like, okay, interesting. I wonder what they're going to try and do with this. So they set the Trick Room up, and they got Freezing Glare. Now, I've got a little bit more health back here. I was like, well, I guess I could try and go for Protect, just get as much poison off, like poison damage as I can. So I went for another Protect there. I was like, all right, cool. They're just going to keep using Freezing Glare. At least if I can get a couple of turns of Toxic up, they won't just be able to sweep through my team with Freezing Glare constantly. Because this is my bulkiest Pokemon, and all the others, I'd say, you know, they're going to fall in one shot to this thing for sure. So now I was like, well, I could go for I might sack this, or maybe I'll swap it to another Pokemon. Then they use Protect. I'm like, what? Huh? So anyway, I went for a Protect this turn. I almost actually went for Venoshock there, but I thought I'll try for the triple Protect. So they are actually causing themselves to faint. So I was like, wait, this is good, you know. Now we got a Berry activation. I've got no idea what's going on at the moment, and they've got a Citrus Berry. So then I went for Venoshock. So I thought, well, I might as well get some damage, right? Now they're going to go for Trick Room again. So they reset the trick. They set the Trick Room up, then they reset the Trick Room. I guess they figured that I outsped them under it and they didn't want that up anymore. But regardless, due to their, like, crazy play or really confusing plays, they actually managed to feint themselves with Protect. So I've got no idea what was going on, what they were trying to achieve there. Maybe they were trying to set up another Pokemon, but it didn't end badly for me. It ended badly for them. So in comes Hooper. It's going to obviously be able to take me out there. So another Psychic Pokemon I've got to get around here. So maybe they'll try to set their Hooper unbound, because it's not exactly what you call super fast. So it's got Life Orb too. This can completely destroy my other team. I'm going to clap them Hooper cheeks there with Fake Out. I was like, wait, I can go for a U-turn right in the hole, and Hooper is going to be fainting in one shot, because that is 4 times super effective. That's good. I'm very, very happy to get rid of that. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Okidogi again. And the next Pokemon is going to be Dialga. So I was like, oh, okay, Dialga. What can I do here? So they're going to go for it's a physical set. Props to them. I went for a Focus Mist there, and it's going to hit Dialga, well, right in the face, and it one-shots it. So I had Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, and with the Choice Specs. Next Pokemon is Eternatus. What is this name? Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce it. Okay, I need the name to come up again. So I did a swap into Munkidori anyway. Okay, that was the name. Okay, it was amazing. Like what they did, right? They grabbed their Switch, they held it to their face, and they rubbed their face on the keyboard. That's how they come up with their name. Anyway, that is going to be the end of my Pokemon. I got this Eternatus caused me a lot of problems. So for the purposes of this video, so it's not going to be like super long. I actually extended, I cut out some of the beat-ups out because it just went for a long time. Because this Eternatus was like this stalling recover fire spin set. It was a massive pain. So they're stalling me with fire spin there. The first one obviously missed, and then I went for the sword dance, and Eternatus disappeared for a second. I'm not sure why. So I got a +1 up there, sorry, a +2 in attack, and now Eternatus has gone for the fire spin. So I can't swap out here, so my only hope is to go for beat up. So I went for beat up, I got 4 hits there. I'm not going to go through every single hit of beat up. It's going to take forever, and Eternatus is going to keep going for a couple. So it was trying to stall me out with the fire spin. So at this point, I was like, well, I either get a flinch or I go for a second sword dance there. So after not getting a flinch there, I went for another sword dance. So I've got +4 in attack right now, and I've got a lot of presence about me, so I can probably most definitely 2-shot this Eternatus. When I say 2-shot too, I've got to land, obviously I've got to have all 4 hits. If it was 6 Pokemon, I'd do a lot more. So Fez's health is actually starting to get quite dangerously low there. I'm going to be able to hit this thing 4 times. So that's doing well over half health now. The thing is about this too, I think it was a speed tie. Eternatus would sometimes go first, and then sometimes I would go first as well, which was kind of interesting. So I kept losing the speed tie. So I was like, you know what? I want to see how much Poison Tail does. And it actually does like a lot of damage here because of the technician. So I went for another Poison Tail, and that was almost enough to take out the Eternatus. It was very, very close. So the last turn here came, they went for a fire spin and it missed, I believe, and then I took them out with a disrespect double kick. That took ages. So next Pokemon is Zamazenta. It's their last Pokemon on their team. There's not a lot I can really do to this. It's got Dauntless Shield up, and now they're also going to go for a Terra too. So I thought, well, I guess I can go for double kick. That's my best option. They are going to have Terra fighting, so I'm assuming it's just going to be like the, the body press Zamazenta set, and which is okay, I can deal with that. So I went for double kick, and double kick did pretty good damage considering how low base power that is. So they're going to go for a Trailblaze, so boosting up their speed. That is actually not enough to take out my Fezandipiti because it's got a little bit too much bulk. But the second one is going to be more than enough. So they've got +2 in speed and +1 in defense now. And I've got 3 more Pokemon left to use. So I'm like, all right, let's go into Okidogi here. This is a special set. Here comes the Behemoth Bash. I guess they figured it would take too long to get those boosts up, or they thought, well, I might have some special attacks, so there's no point. And I had a couple of special attacks. So Sludge Bomb did donkeys, but it did a little bit of damage, so I was happy with that. So a couple of Behemoth Bashes took out the Okidogi. And now we can go into Munkidori, the special attacking one. We got Timid Nature. Wow, it's got Russ's Shield. I totally wouldn't have guessed that. It outsped me and did a lot of damage there. And now I can go for Psyshock. Psyshock is actually going to be out enough to take it out. I don't think that critical hit mattered there. This thing has a lot of special attack. Anyway, people, that is going to be the end of the third battle, taking on my random opponent there. Let's get on to the fourth and final battle. This one was also on the Poke Portal too. I'm not really sure what my opponent's name is. Maybe someone could be cool and translate for them in the comment section of the video. If you are enjoying the video and the battle so far, make sure you do hit that like button and tell me what you think about these new Pokemon. I'd like to hear your opinions and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like even with all of them, I feel like they don't really fit the poison type Pokemon. Maybe Fairy or Dark or something like that. Anyway, so we got a Greninja and now we got another Dialga there. Now, this Munkidori's got Parting Shot, so I dropped the Dialga's stats because its stats are very, very high. Its offensive stats, and it's got really, really good overall bulk too. So I thought, well, I might as well go into Okidogi here. This thing has got Focus Miss with Modest Nature. It's a true Pipnite special. So I went for, I believe I went for the Focus Miss here, and we got the Mewtwo coming in here. Malnourished Mewtwo, everybody's favorite. So we got that pressure going. No, this is not the special one. It's the bulk up one. My apologies. So I've got the bulk up going. I've got +1 at attack and defense. Now it's like they're definitely going to go for a Psychic type move. At this stage, I'm going to feint to Mewtwo's Confusion. So I went for the Terra Dark here at +1 in attack, and I've got 1 in defense too. And I'll be able to, nothing will happen to me if they use a Psychic type move, and then I can go for Terra Crunch at +1. So of course they went for Psy Strike there, trying to get that easy win against my entire team of Poison Pokemon. And Mewtwo is going to get clapped, but Mewtwo has got a Focus Sash. Now you watch this. So what they tried to do, they tried to go for Recover here. So I've got Recover and Psychic. I guess I got maybe some other coverage moves. I almost went for Bulk up there, but I'm glad I didn't because I got a Recover off there. So they probably should have actually ended up attacking me. Not that I would have fainted. Next Pokemon is another Hackmon. We got a Meowscarada. I can go for a Gunk Shot here. They're going to go for a a Protein Play Rough. And I'm going to go for Gunk Shot. That's going to be enough to take it out in one shot. They did do a lot of damage there. It's a good thing I had that bulk up with the defensive boost. Now, the next Pokemon out here is going to be the Dialga. I was like, well, I could go for my Drain Punch. That'll do good damage here. However, Dialga outspeeds me and takes me out with an Aura Sphere. So, Okidogi did a really good job there. It took out some good threatening Pokemon. So the next one I can bring is going to be Okidogi number 2. As you know, this is the Pipnite special with Focus Blast. Here comes the Earth's Power. I lived that very, very nicely. And Focus Miss is going to land. It's going to unleash the beast on the Dialga, and it's going to drop it. I'm like, no one ever expects a special set. It's so bad too. What's it like? Its base special attack is like, it's 58. So weird. Anyway, speaking of weird stats, Fezandipiti's speed stat is 99. Like, it's weird. It's like got the weirdest stats ever. Anyway, that's going to be the end of my next Pokemon. Let's go into Munkidori. Got this Greninja to get rid of. I'm going to see if we can clap them froggy cheeks and get some poisons going. So I got the flinch. I unleashed the gunk shot, and that was almost enough to take it out there. And now they're going to go for acrobatics. So they've got no item to power up their acrobatics. So that's a pretty powerful Pokemon there. Next Pokemon is my Fez. I've got 2 of them left. I'm going to go for Poison Tail, and that is going to be enough to take out the Greninja, which is good. So this is Jolly Nature too. That's why I'm outspeeding like so many things. Next Pokemon is going to be Giratina. This is actually another really quite good counter to my team. I'm going to go for the Sword Dance here. So they're down to 2 Pokemon. So things are going very, very good at the moment. Now they're going to go for another Earth Power Pokemon. They've had a lot of super effective moves here. So now I'm going to go for the beat up on the Giratina. And I'm getting some very, very good damage there. I got a flinch on 3 of them. So after getting flinched by 3 beat ups, I'm going to go for a little Timmy Terrier. Let's spat the dummy. Here comes the Timmy Terror, and it's going to be Ghost. I'm like, wait a second. That's still going to be super effective. Like, I don't know about this. So now the Giratina is going to get hit by my beat-ups here. So I'm going to go for 1, I'm going to go for 2, and I got 3. I'm like, this is great. Then they got the Earth Power off, but the Earth Power is still not enough to actually fade me. Then they swapped because they didn't want the Giratina to fade, and then they brought in their Miraidon, right? So, like, okay, well, this is going to be some good damage. I don't think it's going to do too much, but it's going to be some nice damage, right? So I went for the beat up here. I'm going to hit them 3 times. It didn't do that much damage. So that was 2, and then that was 3. And then after getting hit by the 3rd one, simply just, I don't know, they were like, I'm picking beat up, and then they simply just rage quit it, and that's it, people. Peace out.